Today I'm going to ask you some question about the influence between brand story and economic. And I think you already know what is brand story and the influence for economic. But I find that not all of the brand story can attractive customers. Some brand story is like fake, and customers think it's just lies, so they don't want to buy their products. So do you think what kind of brand story can give a advantage influence for a brand?
Um, I think as a business strategy, the brand need to really identify the type of customer. So if they can identify a typical customer profile, their customer correctly, they can actually create story that the customer can relate to. So when the customer can relate to that story, they will feel like part of the brand. And but sometimes, as you say, some brand they couldn't position themselves right, and didn't get profiling the customer correctly, and the customer they don't feel they cannot relate it to the story or what the brand trying to tell, and of course they are not going to get them in the long run. Yeah, I think it's mainly is just to get the focus on the right type of customer, really.
Yeah. So, and we know some successful brand story like De Beers. They have a advertisement like if anyone can own a diamond, they can own a happy life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's successful. And some brand story like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and they have a long history. And so they use their designers' story or their history to um, as their brand inspiration and brand style. So it's very successful. But they maybe mainly focus on the group is rich. Yeah. So you mean it's focused on what kind of group you want to sell your products. Okay. And then um, I found that brand culture and brand story is already as an industry. Some people use it to earn some money. They have their company to write brand story for other people. Like, do you know brand storytelling? This website. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used want to contact their founder, but
Yeah, yeah.
she didn't reply me, and I and so how do you think about this phenomenon for this industry? Is necessary or just um, phenomenon for this central?
You mean the branding company?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's essential for that. It's somebody they they tend to be the brightest mind in design and in business strategists, and I think we'll see more of them, and it'd be good to have more of them. So it make our designer think beyond what their immediate profession is. So regardless if you're fashion design, graphic design, product, interior, whatever design you are, it's more than just producing beautiful stuff for our client or useful stuff for the client. In this day of marketing, it's all about the brand. The brand has changed in the last decades, and this decades at the moment is all about experience. So it's not about this like Uber image of like, oh, like I'm the best, I'm the most beautiful. It's not about that anymore. It's about individual experience. It's more important, and it go with the demographic change, with technology, with social, political, economic, and branding people. They actually spot the trends, and they realize this is important to them, and the way that people shop, the way that people play, they learn, is different from the last decades, and it changed a lot. So I think the branding agent, I think it's important for them to, they are the one to identify this change and report it back to the customer, and they are producing stuff that people feel more related to, and I think it's a good thing. Yeah.
So, do you think it's necessary for brand?
I think so. I think it's necessary. Without a brand, the product will just be a product and they will not exist in the market for very long. That is the
Yeah.
problem. They will not be competitive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I can see because my father had own a company,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I saw he has in his company he can use some books write about the history of this company and some um, successful experience, and their employee will be loyalty for this company.
Yeah.
So just like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then depends on your individual experience. Can you tell me about some your personal thinking about brand story for your working experience? Do you ever touch about this area in your work life?
Um, I think what um, I think what we do in the brand is the last one I do is with a supermarket, a major supermarket in the UK. And what we do is we identified the type of customer we want to upsell them basically.
Yeah.
So it's not just going in there and buy their milk and bread, but a little bit more. So we have come up with different scenario and actually fit into the lifestyle. Is London based, it's a city center type of branches. They are located in town rather than out of town. So these branches are targeting customer who has a working life, busy, but they want something more than just fish and chips. They want to maybe healthy living, have a little bit cooking, but not like totally from scratch because they don't have the time. So, and then nearby and suggest which type of wine you are telling the story.
Yeah.
So it's almost that work quite well in a certain location, and so that is my personal experience. I think realize that you are selling anything to them. They just feel like you are telling my story. That only got 5 minutes. Like I work until 6. So I have to cook and blah, blah. I don't have time, so it's quite nice. I just grab it, without walking through the entire store, and then go straight to checkout. I go out 5 minutes. By the time I get home, I have time. Part of the customer, you make the customer feel like. I think that is what designers should.
I learned so much, and mm, we know only like the direct economic impact of brand his stories, the impact among the side, and that very direct way. Yeah, and do you know the direct way the brand story influence this?
Um, I can give you an example.
Yeah.
For example, they sponsor a lot of sports personalities. So they post the image is very professional. They use a professional athlete to sell the brand. It affects the type of customer they're bringing in. So because the women they feel intimidated. So if you go into their London store, the professional athlete looking amazing there. They look at it and they walk back out. They just don't feel related, and it affects their sales. You know, it's money, isn't it? It affects the company economy because if they can't get. Where men are more maybe more competitive, they are fine, they're cool, they go in there buy things, you know, they don't get intimidated as much as women. So, but at the moment, Nike is struggling to break into the female. Like really professional. So, and women them they don't feel intimidated on the ground floor. It's not just all the men stuff, you know. They feel place to go into the store, you know. They feel like because it's more fashion, more trendy. They feel more. They don't have this barrier to stop female customer to shop in them. So we're looking if contrast between Nike and Adidas. So Adidas actually get it right, you know, in terms of effect, isn't it? It's the economy of this business. They miss out on the female market, which is a lot of money, not just in London, it's billions of dollars. They kind of like themselves. So we might see some change in the future, and if not, then good luck to them.
Oh, thank you very
Okay,
much.
great. I hope this helped.